Hi, I'm Simon Slimmer. I've lost 33 pounds to date with Slimming World. It's been an exciting journey and I've been discovering some great new recipes along the way from Slimming World's books. The book we'll be using today is Slimming World's A Taste of Asia. And the recipe we're going to cook is Japanese pork curry. A really delicious, mild curry using pork and vegetables. But just be aware, this pork curry takes about an hour and a half to cook properly. So you need to give yourself a little bit of time if you're going to enjoy this fantastic mild curry. Let's have a look at the ingredients. For the curry itself, our meat and vegetables are here on the counter. We've got 450 grams of lean pork fillet. You can see that I've trimmed the pork, no fat at all. We've got 200 grams of batten carrots. Now a batten is about that size, as you see me holding it now. We've got 200 grams of button mushrooms that have been halved. We've got 100 grams of mange tout, which we've sliced lengthways. We've got a good medium onion, which we've peeled, cut in half, and then cut into large pieces. And the garnish at the end will be some scallion or spring onion. So those are our ingredients. That's what we'll be eating. First thing we're going to need to do is make the sauce. To make our sauce today, we're going to need a small to medium onion, very thinly sliced, 1 centimetre of fresh ginger grated, and 1 clove of garlic crushed, 1 tablespoon, and just so you know, I'm using my American measures for this. 1 tablespoon is a flat fill of that spoon there. So 1 tablespoon of corn flour, 250 ml of chicken stock. We're going to use 1 tablespoon of mild curry powder. Later on we'll be adding 1 teaspoon of garam masala, and we'll also need 300 ml of plain water. We've come over to the hob and we're ready to get going on making the sauce for our Japanese pork curry. First thing to do is get our pot onto a low gas. It's heating up nicely. Let's spray in some fry light. And add our thinly sliced onion. We want to bring some colour into the onion in this recipe. So stir. Have it on a low heat. Cover. We're going to check back in with those onions at least every couple of minutes. It's going to take 10 to 15 minutes to get the kind of colour we want. So let's leave them there browning and move on with some of the other things we can do while that happens. We're going to need our sauce to have some corn flour in it. Remember we said a tablespoon of corn flour. So let's put that into a mixing jug. There it is. And we will slowly add some chicken stock. So, very slowly, start to add a little stock to the corn flour, stirring all the time. Just keep adding a little bit at a time. Super. Give it a really good mix. Now, to that liquid, we're going to add our mild curry powder, 1 tablespoon. Remember what I said, a flat measure, 1 tablespoon of mild curry powder and mix well. Let's check back in on our onions. Already we can start to see a little brown in the pot, and we know that we're going to achieve the colour we want with our onions. This is going to take us another 6 minutes or so. I'll see you back in 6 minutes' time. Our onions are now a nice golden brown colour. We've paid attention, we've stayed with them, we've stirred them to make sure they haven't stuck to the bottom of our pot. Now we're going to add our next flavour, and that's our 1 centimetre of grated ginger and a crushed clove of garlic. Let's add that to the onion mixture. We want to cook that through. That's going to take 2 minutes. We're going to keep stirring. So our ginger and garlic is nicely incorporated now with our brown onion. I'm going to turn off the heat. And now we're going to slowly add our corn flour, mild curry powder and chicken stock mixture. Again, stirring as you do so. Let's gradually incorporate this ingredient . Now we're happy that our onion and liquid have mixed together. I'm going to turn the heat back on a nice low gas. And we're going to let this mixture now come to a simmer, and we're going to let it simmer for about 10 minutes. Check in on it every couple of minutes, give it a little stir. Our sauce has been simmering gently for 10 minutes. You'll notice that I've used that 10 minutes to clean my work surface. Don't forget to clean as you go and keep everything simple in your kitchen. That's so important. At this point, we're going to remove our sauce from the heat, and we're adding another little ingredient to its flavour profile, and that's garam masala. Garam masala is a fantastic blend of different spices. It's cumin seed, fennel seed, coriander seed, some dill, a couple of other really nice spices in here. So we're just going to add a nice generous half teaspoon. Stir. And now that sauce can be set aside while we get on with making the rest of our curry. So we're ready now to proceed and get on to our curry. I've got a large heavy bottomed pot over a medium to high heat. I'm just going to take the lid off. Some heat is built up in our pot. We're going to spray the base of our pot with our fry light. And the first thing we're going to add is our lean pork. And I will stir fry the pork for about 5 minutes. What I'm looking to do is seal the pork and get a little brown colour on the flesh. So that's about 5 minutes. Our pork is browned nicely in the pot. All I've got to do now is add the rest of our vegetables. No particular order. The onion, mange two, mushrooms and carrots. We're going to get a lovely vibrant colour from these vegetables. Let's continue to stir for about another 2 to 3 minutes. I'm now going to add 300 ml of water to the pot. So, our pork and vegetables have been simmering gently for 10 minutes. Let's check in on them. Oh yeah, that's done really nicely. What we're going to do now is add the curry sauce and get those to mix together. I'm actually going to keep the heat on while I do this. A little bit of sauce, stir, keep on going. Remember, the corn flour in this sauce has it nicely thick, but it's going to now mix in to the lovely liquor we've created as the water cooked our pork, mushrooms and onion. And we've achieved a lovely thin, mild curry sauce, which is the nature of Japanese pork curry. We've been stirring this now for about 5 minutes and it's ready to eat. So all we need to do now is transfer this to our serving dish. The sauce is quite thin. Our spring onions from earlier for garnish. And there we have our delicious Japanese pork curry. Just 1 sin per serving. This portion is generous serving for 4 people on Extra Easy from Slimming World. Lovely, mild, really, really nice.